October, and I want to go through some charts. And as I mentioned yesterday, whenever I get a sell signal, which we got at almost the close yesterday on XIV, that it should fall off, and it indeed did. And so, we're down 1%, and I'm going to zip up to the daily here so you can kind of get a better view. Is that, my expectation is if it's a short pullback, we'll probably end up here. If it's a normal pullback, we'll pull back into here. And if it's a barn burner, we're going to be down in this shaded area here. Now, this area here typically is, kind of a, 4 times a year thing. And you typically have smaller sell-offs. And I'm suspecting, that we have expectations now of 70% or greater that the market thinks the Fed's going to raise, that I think they could drive this thing down all the way to here. So I'm just taking it a day at a time, and but I'm expecting XIV to pull back pretty strongly. So it's going to be a wild 2 weeks, and then after the election, then it's going to be a crazy month guessing what the Fed's going to do, which is really such a pointless exercise because everything you see and read just tells you everything's going into the dumper, and yet they still talk like they're from a different planet. I don't get it. I think people now with WikiLeaks are probably waking up to the fact that they're just fed a line of bull every day, and so you're going to believe them or your lying eyes. The problem you have is the computers are all generated for the lie. So you could be right and you could be moral, you could be upright, and you're going to lose money because the people that want status quo are programming the computers for these trigger words, and so it's just going to have to get overwhelmed. But they're going to push it down, and we'll just see where it goes. And like I said, I really don't care. I care, but I don't care from a trading standpoint. I'm just going to buy the next buy signal. But I'm just telling you that this could be anywhere from a 3 to a 20% move down. So going to its compatriot SPY is this line here has been capping it, and so now we're trapped between that and VWAP. And we'll see if this thing breaks and gets down to the bottom of this channel. In a normal functioning market where you have supply, demand, fear, and greed, it should have been bouncing along this channel all along. But since everything's programmed by computers and everybody has the same computer program, it appears that it's just draining all the volatility out until it doesn't. And then that's when you get these Brexit kind of moves where it just breaks. And and I'm anticipating something like that. Again, I'm just going to follow the signals, but right now it doesn't tell me to buy SPY, that's for sure. Moving over to the metals is it's just crazy. They just been fighting to get it through this fib line, and today they popped it over to fib line. I'm short. Okay, my signal still says that it's still a sell. Now I could be proven wrong here tomorrow and this thing rockets, which is great because I'm pro gold, but I just kind of held it overnight. My put spread for November and first week, and I'm just waiting to see if we get the Tuesday night ambush, which happens a lot with the metals once the COT report has been delivered, just to get people on the wrong side of the trade. If it's green tomorrow and this thing turns up, then I'm going to happily take my loss. But literally, it's a $300 investment to 118, 115s. So I was definitely looking for, if there's a big sell-off, I was definitely looking for a big payday with low risk. I'll just close the trade out and go long, and which would go in concert with my my silver Wheaton. I'm sold in the money calls right now for next Friday, but if it gives us any kind of strength tomorrow and that turns up, then I'm just going to abandon my my calls and let it run. Right now it's simply been opportunity cost, but over the last almost month, it's been paying me during this consolidation and this sell-off. So that's kind of my view on the miners. I own some other miners, and our subscribers have also SILJ, and so if we get a move here, it'd be great. If not, this thing will sell off, and typically before the employment report they try to sell it off. So it's not out of the woods yet. So we'll see where it's going. A lot of it depends on what's going to happen with the dollar. And today we had the first little crack, but we've had these moves before, and it rolled back up. So, but if we get a durable sell, I mean that's a pretty good move in terms of currency. Then you're going to see some good moves in the metals and the miners, and coincidentally, oil's been moving with the dollar, and today it was weak with the dollar. So I think oil has some room to move down. It's out of its seasonality right now. The COT report is saying that there's not enough people short this thing. The wrong people are long, and the right people aren't short enough in terms of allowing this thing to keep moving higher. So I'm expecting an ambush. We got our first taste of it after the market closed. Today we're down into the low 49s, and I'm looking for, like I said, 45.60 to 46 area is what they call the point of control, which is where the most volume is, and traders like to run back to that volume area. So that's what I'm looking for. We're awash in oil, and all the people that are trying to tell us that they're going to have discipline are all cheaters. So what makes me think this is going to last? It's just the banks trying to wear people out, and at some point they just let go and let price go where it needs to go, and that absolutely is down. Going into the ags, let me start with the one that it's just been paying us and I'm quite excited about is we got coffee now pushed to the top of the range here. So I'm not yet ready to say reduce because we still have a positive bias here for momentum. I'm waiting to see where this goes. I'm looking beyond the charts here on this, that I know the coffee growing regions are struggling, and I know the climate's not favorable looking out the next 2 years. So if you bought this thing at the bottom of the channel here, you've had a nice 10-15% move. Yeah, okay, go ahead and reduce if you want, but I wouldn't get out of it. And I'm simply going to wait and let it show me that it's going to give way before I go ahead and I change my viewpoint on it, because I think it's going to start accelerating higher. JJG is still forming its nice little rounded bottom here, and it looks like it's ready to. Momentum's ready to set again, and needs to get over this VWAP. VWAP needs to turn higher for me to get pound on the table excited. But corn and wheat and soybean are just getting bid now, and we just need to give it time, and it's going to reward us, because again, everything's pointing to a cooler climate the next 2 years, and you saw how great El Nino was. Well, La Nina is not great, and it could be a strong La Nina, or it could be a persistent one with the other events that are happening with the Atlantic going cold and with the sun going quiet. So just bear that in mind. And then the last thing is for natural gas, is that it's gotten hammered really hard, and so it's reset back here again. Don't know if they're going to flush it down. So today my buy signal is at 15.22 area, 25, and we'll see if tomorrow it flushes, and get back in, because we're having some polar vortexes showing back up again. That's going to break that blocking high that's sitting in the center of the country, and that'll get some people's attention, and it'll be at least an excuse to drive natural gas up higher. So it may take us a little while, but I mean, this chart is just a trader's dream chart right now with these ups and down moves. So now we cycle back, get ready to get back in again long, and enjoy the ride. And I think that's pretty much what I want to talk about today. overall good day. I was in the futures market shorting oil pretty much all day, a couple counter trend longs, and I stayed in for that big short. We'll see what overnight happens, but I think it's going to keep getting weaker, and I think it has a visit down, good 8 to 10% move down low. Anyway, I'll catch you guys all tomorrow. Go out to our Facebook page. I'm posting a lot of stuff out there. We had a nice winner on Nadex again today, and I'll be posting something after Asia opens again. We're doing something a little bit different with Nadex that's helping us get better position with the way the market has changed, and it's looking good. So we're already about 30% of the way for our weekly budget, and so we're a little bit ahead of where we want to be, and so looking for another 1 or 2 good trades here to finish the week. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.